Hello everyone, my name is Ian McThrifty, and welcome to Treasure Hunt. Today I'm going to be taking you on a thrifting adventure where we're going to be looking for steals, deals, meals on wheels, diners, drive-ins, and dives. Now, I mostly look for weird movies, retro games, that kind of a thing while I'm thrifting, but who knows what we're going to find. There's always a bunch of oddities to check out, and you never know just what you're going to get. Our budget for this episode is a mere $20, which I know it doesn't sound like much at first glance, but you can really make 20 bucks stretch if you shop smart while you thrift. We're going to find some cool stuff, so let's go on and hit the stores, why don't we? Our first stop is Goodwill, the infamous nationwide thrift store chain. It's early October in this thrifting footage, which explains all of these terrifying doodads on display at the front of the store. Now, don't get me wrong, I am a huge fan of the spooky season, but I don't know how they keep some of this stuff in the front of the store. I mean, children shop here, for God's sake. And this is a box of very realistic human eyeballs. It's fucking terrifying. Never before considered picking up Halloween decor or costumes at a Goodwill, but honestly it makes a lot of sense now that I think about it. Most of the Halloween decor that I purchase seems to be pretty cheaply made anyway. Buying something secondhand just brings the price down to actually reflect that cheapness. It can be hard to tell which items are new and which are used, though. Some things definitely look to be repackaged to me, which I'm largely okay with, but then you come across something like fake teeth that have definitely been out of the box before, and I mean, that one's just not okay with me. I don't want to use pre-used teeth. I think I'd just rather stick with my own. I think the spookiest thing about the Goodwill Halloween decor is that it seems to have pushed the movie selection all the way to the back of the store next to the restrooms, which is a pretty unglamorous location. A lot of these shelves are filled with these strange paper movies, too. I mean, they look like they might fit in my VCR, but I'm still not totally sure that that's how you're supposed to watch them. Really, though, I almost never pick up books at the thrift store because I'm not much of a reader, but I did pick up this book about drive-in movie theaters that was just super interesting looking. Cinema Under the Stars, America's Love Affair with the Drive-In Movie Theater. I don't have a lot of personal experience or nostalgia for drive-ins, but I'm still a very big fan of that era of movie-going because I am under hipster. The DVD section at Goodwill is pretty lively today. It's filled with some familiar films, some movies that I'd watch again, and some others that I don't know that I would ever want to watch. My favorites, though, are the movies that I've never heard of before, like this copy of Spooky House. I've never heard of Spooky House before, but I'm sold on the cover alone. I mean, this kid can grow a serious stash.
This house is a mysterious magician.
No one's ever been inside the spooky house, Max.
And one boy is a mysterious house.
Don't go in there. The spooky guy might get you.
His secret is a mysterious boy.
Can you show me how to make the little ball disappear? Can you teach me another magic trick?
The magician never reveals his tricks or himself. Now go. Tough kazookies.
Spooky House.
'Tis the season to get spooky, so I decided to pick this one up. You know, even though the DVD section is pretty large here, the VHS selection has dwindled to the point of near extinction. I guess it's only a matter of time before they're pushed out completely, and that's kind of sad. Anyway, I almost grabbed this collection of all 5 Final Destination films in the DVD format, which I thought would be a steal of a deal. But as I was inspecting the discs, I realized that there were only 3 DVDs instead of 5, and I assumed that they were missing 2 of the movies and put it back. Upon reviewing my thrifting footage right now, though, I realized that a couple of these discs had multiple movies on them, and I probably missed a great deal. I think this was the full set. You gotta keep your eyes open while you're thrifting. You know, if you let your guard down 1 second, you're gonna miss out on a great deal. Before I left, I swung by the electronics section because you never know what's going to be there. Always fun to look. Can't say that I buy many things from it, but it's like a little museum of treasures of sorts. I found a set of speakers that I think have a built-in water feature that looked really gross. There's also a camcorder that I was super interested in. I think it was a VHS-C camcorder, and when you switch to the VCR mode, the camera actually ka-chunked in half. That was super cool. No power cords to test it, though, so, you know, it's a bit too big of a gamble for me. And do I really need more old camcorders? Probably not. There's also a small drum machine, and I really wanted that. I've never had a tiny drum machine, but I don't play drums, and once again, I don't have space for that kind of a thing, so I just left it, but I was extremely tempted by that. There was also a tape duplicator device, which I'd never seen before. It looked like a projector that would project a tape onto a mirror, and then you're supposed to point your camcorder at the other side of this mirror to record the mirror and duplicate it. Doesn't seem like the best way to duplicate tapes, but maybe it was effective for somebody. But that's it. Spooky House and Cinema Under the Stars. That's all I got at Goodwill, so we're on to the next store. Okay, so I know I said we were doing thrift stores, but Target was right there, and I couldn't resist the temptation. I had to swing by Target. I love going to Target. You can still get good deals at Target, right? Right? Though I initially stopped by the novelty t-shirt section and observed a strangely lilac Yu Yu Hakusho shirt, I was mainly here to browse the Halloween decoration. Target has an above-average selection of Halloween decor, and although I did just describe Halloween decor as always cheap, Target seems like a step up above on the cheapness scale, you know? Everything had largely been picked through. Target must put their spooky stuff out in like late to mid-September? I have no idea. Still though, there were some good options worth considering. I really liked this little graveyard skeleton display. I thought it was surprisingly detailed, so I grabbed that. Oh, and also check out this oddly handsome ghost. He's got a little spooky little bow tie on. I gave his spooky little nips a rub for some reason, and I had to pick him up too. For the most part, though, I did find the Halloween decor to be a little bit lacking. It was either filled with stuff I already owned or stuff that I would never own. Though I did take some time to make a new friend. I think we're gonna hang out later, so that's cool. And when I was leaving the Halloween section, I noticed a piece that matched the spooky ghost that I picked up, only this time it was MJ, and it looked just like MJ, so I had to get that for her, because she doesn't have her own Halloween decoration yet. Also, I impulsively added a bag of chips to the cart, because I like chips. But let's get out of here. We're getting out of Target, and we're gonna head next to Value Village, which is another chain of local thrift stores that I would much rather be at. I'm gonna get a much better deal at Value Village than at Target, I think. This is another thrift store chain that I see as being pretty similar to Goodwill, except that this store has security guards, so you know they've got some high-value, in-demand items. You could decorate an entire house with the kind of stuff you find here. It's just wall-to-wall of classy decor that would make any home a happy one. Value Village's DVD selection is not only tiny, but some genius decided to put the price tags on the spine of each case so that the titles are only partially legible. Like, look, they did it to the CDs too. What's the thought process on this one? Has anyone seen the movie Shooting Gallery? It's a movie about a billiards hustler that I was very tempted to buy, but I ended up passing on it, and I kind of regret it. I did pull the trigger on this movie Hard Flip, though, which kind of looked like a, if Brink found Jesus type of movie.
I kind of just wanted to be alone. How that goes, and how you feel.
Oh, you think so?
You know, when I was going through some stuff, the challenges of life, the things that I try to drink away or party away or smoke away perhaps, but it never really helped.
Oh, you think so?
I also grabbed this movie called The Castle, which I don't really know anything about. It looks like it could be a documentary about people in a house or something. I was mainly drawn in by the description on the back of the box, which foregoes any information about the movie itself and instead spends the whole time talking about how they turned a 16mm print into this very DVD. Highlights of this tale include a special new soundtrack was created for hearing-impaired viewers, although this was subsequently removed after it was found to be audible only to small dogs, as well as all 127 spelling mistakes in the closing credits were corrected, or at least rendered marginally less offensive.
This is my backyard.
Is that the runway there?
Sometimes you think they're gonna land right on top of you.
So I don't know. I don't understand what the movie is about. I don't understand the description on the back. The only thing I understood is that I needed to buy it immediately.
I take out the trash.
Dad?
They want me to take the money down to the tunnel.
You do what you have to do, but we need milk.
Oh, yeah! All aboard!
Bibble, Alina's quirky but lovable puffball, joins her on her magical quest.
Journey with him and experience the miracles.
It's a trap! We need milk.
This was it for Value Village, though. Just these two movies, which is kind of disappointing because I usually find a much better spread of movies there. But much like the Goodwill, it seems that the Value Village VHS section is just shrinking and shrinking, and it makes me extremely sad. The last stop of the day is Half Price Books, or as this store is called, Half Prick Price Books Ergs Zines. Half Price is one of my favorite stores just overall, even though the name of the store is kind of a total lie. I mean, you can find some decent deals here, sure, but it's rarely actually half-priced. I always go by the young adult book series section to look for Animorphs books because I'm currently partaking in an Animorphs book club, but this store never has any good selection. I mean, this is what, book number 4? I'm on book like 28 or 29 at this point. It's no help to me, no help at all. The DVD clearance section at Half Price is always worth a look. Definitely swing by and take a look anytime you're there. That's where you're gonna find the good prices. At first glance, it usually just seems like it's full of DVDs that they have too many copies of and they're just trying to sell them off cheap. But mixed in are some DVDs that look like they're just never gonna sell, like this one here called Australians. I'm buying it. It doesn't matter what the back of the back says, doesn't matter what the DVD looks like, I'm buying it.
I just got a distress mess from Dad.
Andy, your mother kidnapped by aliens. Do not come to... Oh my god, they kidnapped Mom.
The movie is a bit more recent than I'd like. I feel like it's probably Sci-Fi Channel level CGI garbage, but Australians, mate. Now, does anybody out there need a combo pack of Beverly Hills Chihuahua 2 and Beverly Hills Chihuahua 2 in Spanish? If so, check out the Half Price clearance rack, because I got some good news for you. The prices are nowhere near as good as a Goodwill or a Value Village, but the DVD selection at Half Price is stellar. It's huge. I don't think I've ever been able to browse the entire shelf during a single visit. I usually pick different sections to check out as I accumulate visits. Well, looky what we have here. It's the 5 Final Destination movies. Am I being followed? No, I don't think so, no. At the time, I saw this as a sign. I thought that I had dodged a bullet by not getting the collection at Goodwill, but it turns out that I would have saved money had I done so. Gotta swing by the used games section too, despite rarely finding anything that I want to pick up. That was the case today too. No retro games that I decided to pick up, though I have been keeping my eye on this copy of Shenmue 2 very closely. I already own the game, of course, but I'm hoping somebody comes by and scoops this one up because it's an amazing game and it deserves a good home. I also always swing by the Garfield section because that's just something that I do. I'm always tempted. I always go by, pick one up, flip through it a little bit, and eventually decide, you know what, maybe I don't need Garfield today, maybe for another time. But that's it. That is all that I purchased on my thrifting adventure, so let's head back to the office and review our purchases. I'm gonna see if I got a good deal or not on any of this stuff. Okay, so let's start with our Value Village purchases. First up, we've got the Castle, which is in brand new, sealed, never watched condition. I spent $1.50 on this. It was actually listed for $3, but they were having a sale, so both that and Hard Flip were only $1.50, totaling $3 at Value Village. That's a steal. Hard Flip, I paid $1.50 for, and on eBay, it looks like it's going for around $5 in like new condition. The Castle goes for brand new $7 plus $18 since it's shipping from Australia, mate. That's a steal. Now how about at Goodwill? But how do we do at Goodwill? Well, this copy of Spooky House, well, the condition is, I would say, acceptable to bad. I didn't inspect the DVD before buying it, and it's not in very good condition. So I paid $2.99 on eBay for good condition. I could have gotten it for $8. That's a saving of like $5 and a cent. But realistically, had I seen this and checked the disc and seen how bad it was, I probably wouldn't have bought it at all. It's in pretty rough shape. The Cinema Under the Stars drive-in book, though, is, I mean, I would say in brand new condition. It looks very crisp. All the pages look nice. There's no marks or tears on it. I paid $2.99 for this on eBay in new condition. It's going for $14.23. That's a savings of $11.24. I think that's a pretty solid deal. You might be asking yourself, why don't you check these eBay prices while you're out and about thrifting? You could see if you're getting a good deal live in the store. That kind of removes some of the sport of it for me, honestly. It's very easy to price check nowadays when you're thrifting, but for me, part of the thrifting experience is taking a chance on some things and hoping you get a good deal. So yeah, I could have known this stuff ahead of time, but I chose to stay in the dark for fun, so deal with it. Australians was listed for $8.99, marked down to $2 in the clearance section. That's a steal. You're looking at paying $8.99 for this on eBay. Are you kidding me? And this is the most unfortunate thing, honestly. Final Destination 5 film collection, I paid $9.99 for it, which is a pretty decent price. It's about what you would pay on eBay for the same condition. They're going for about $10, but I could have had it for what? $3, I think, if I had gotten it at Goodwill. It feels like kind of a bonehead move on my part. So that puts us at $20.97 on the $20 budget. I would say that's pretty stinking good. I would say that if I didn't also buy shit at Target. I bought 3 pieces of Halloween merch without checking the price. I don't know. I was in thrift mode, I guess, at the store. I was just buying shit. Each one of these decors was selling for $15 each, which is a steal in the sense that Target is stealing directly from me because that's an outrageous price for these 2 pieces of wood. Maybe the little light-up decoration, that one's pretty intricate. $15 still seems a bit steep, but for these, I don't know, that's a steal. Also, a bag of sour cream and Ruffles chips is $6.39. Are you kidding me? I could buy so many copies of Australians for that. I could have gone back and got Beverly Hills Chihuahua and Beverly Hills Chihuahua Dose. The chips were not worth it. As much as I love those chips, I should have bought more DVDs. So there you go. That was, thank you for joining me on this thrifting adventure. It's just a regular outing for me at the thrift store. If you liked seeing me thrift, let me know, and maybe I'll make some more of these videos. Happy thrifting, you guys. I hope you get out there and find some good steals of deals yourself. But first, before you go, this video is sponsored by HelloFresh. Guess what, everybody? My kitchen floors have finally been installed, which means that my kitchen is finally once again functional, which means that yes, indeed, I have resumed my diet of weekly HelloFresh meals. Very excited about this. No more depending on frozen food or insanely overpriced fast food delivery. I'm back to checking out HelloFresh's 40+ weekly meal options and enjoying their fresh, in-season ingredients that get delivered right to my door. If you're like me and you enjoy a home-cooked meal, but you'd also like to save time and money by leaving the meal planning and shopping to somebody else, then HelloFresh are the guys you want to get all cozy with. It takes all the hassle out of mealtime and leaves you with only the most fun and delicious parts of the process. And let me repeat, it is delicious. I've been enjoying HelloFresh weekly for years now, tried a bunch of different recipes, and I don't think there's a single one that I can say that I disliked, which is impressive because I'm picky and I hate everything. So if you're interested in giving it a shot yourself, head on over to HelloFresh.com and use code BrutalMoose16 for 16 free meals plus free shipping. Offer is for new subscriptions only and varies by plan across 9 boxes. That's code BrutalMoose16 at HelloFresh.com for 16 free meals.